Hello everyone. Today we will study about the excretory system. So what is excretory system? Excretory system is dealing with the excretion. Now what is excretion? Excretion is removal of nitrogen waste products from our body. Now what is this nitrogen waste products? Basically for this we have to study the intake of food. Let's see, this is our gut. Here, when the food particles are entering, it will break into smaller particles. After breaking of the particles, these particles will transfer to our blood vessels. This is blood vessels and this is gut. What is the final fate of this food particle? This will suffice the need of our cell metabolism. Okay, these particles will then passes through the cells, where when the particles are entered, it will function the metabolic activity of the cell, and in this metabolic activity few waste products which are nitrogen compound, these products are known to be as nitrogenous wastes. So this will again transfer to the blood, and these particles should be eliminated from our body. Okay, so for this the excretory system is there. In this gut, the solid wastes which are not being absorbed by the blood are known to be as feces. The removal of these feces is known as ejection. This is the basic difference between excretion and ejection. Okay, now let's see, just you can say that if you having this eating chips or eating any salty peanuts, salty badam, we can say. So here the excess amount of salts which are intaking are not essential for our cell, because it is hyper in terms of sodium potassium ions. So if these particles will be remaining in our body, then it will become a toxic to our body. Okay, just like in any science magazine or any book, we have learned that there's good amount of water can make you glow your skin. So for that we are just having a lot amount of water. After reading this, we are being very excited and getting a lot amount of water. So that will be toxic to our body. So the rest amount of water that is not necessary for our body will be eliminated through this excretion process. So basically this is the need of our excretory system to balance our body homeostasis in terms of water or in terms of different nitrogenous wastes or different ions. Okay, so let's see the different excretory products. So what are the different excretory products? Firstly, it is ammonia, then urea, then uric acid, then creatinine. You have all heard about these terms. Okay, creatinine. Then another important term is TMAO, trimethyl amino oxide. It's very important term, already been has come as a question in terms of exam need. So this is basically found in case of marine fishes. Another is guan. This is found in birds. Okay. So basically these are the main excretory products, among which ammonia, urea and uric acid are the main primary products. They are secondary. So let's see which animal group have which excretory organs or the medium of excretion. In case of protozoa, porifera and ctenophora or coelenterata, they have body surface as excretory organ. In case of platyhelminthes, they have phlegm cells or solenocytes. In case of aschelminthes, or nematoda, they have rennet cells. These are very important for the exam purpose. Then there is Annelida. You have already learned about the different animal classification system. So for this is very essential. In case of Annelida, already we have studied this in animal classification as these groups characters. In Annelida, this is Nephridia. In case of Arthropoda, they have different types of cells. So in case of arthropods, they have different types of excretory organs. In case of insecta, they have Malpighian, tubule, nephrocytes. Okay. In case of crustaceans, they have green gland. In case of arachnids, they have coxal gland. Okay. In case of mollusks, they have organ of Bojanus. Okay. In case of echinodermatous, they have dermal branchioles. Now, this is basically the invertebrate groups or non-chordate groups. In some, like in hemichordates, they have proboscis gland. In case of neurochordate, they have neural glands or nephrophytes. In case of cephalochordates, there's protonephridia. So basically, these are the different excretory organs which is necessary for unique purpose. Okay. Now, of the three main excretory products, that is ammonia, urea and uric acid, we will divide the total animals into three different groups, of which those who have ammonia as the main excretory product, facing that ammonia is a very toxic material, very toxic excretory material, and which need a lot of amount of water is highly water soluble product. So on the basis we can scientifically tell that those who are totally aquatic having this ammonia as a excretory product. Now those animals will be known as ammonotelic, like the marine fishes. Now this one thing I will give you as a homework. Comment this in my channel, that thus all those fishes are ammonotelic, or the two different groups, that is the condic fish and ostrich fish, have different excretory material. Please comment this in the video. Now those who have urea as the main excretory product, the urea is basically transformed from ammonia. It is less toxic than ammonia and it needs also less water to be dissolved. Animals those have urea as excretory product will be known as ureotelic. Basically the terrestrial amphibians and the mammals are ureotelic. Human also ureotelic. Another one is uric acid. Uric acid is less toxic and very less soluble in water. So it can be stored in our body for a while of time. Like in case those who have like birds, they have to migrate a lot of distance and they cannot carry enough amount of waters, and for those, and like in reptiles of deserts, they also have a scarcity of water. So to retain water, they transform their excretory materials into uric acid, so which will be water consumable, and also they can store this material for a time. Those animals having uric acid as the excretory product are ureotelic. This is a very hot topic for your question purpose in it. Various questions types like those who are ammonotelic, ureotelic examples, or the different water solubility matters. These are main purpose of questions in this NEET. Let's study the main excretory system, the different organs of excretory system in human, which is in our syllabus. So in humans, the excretory system consists of the main excretory organ, that is the kidney, then ureter, then urinary bladder, and finally the urethra. Also lungs and kidney, lungs and liver also helps in excretion purpose. Like every day we excrete in terms of respiration carbon dioxide, which is also a nitrogenous waste, and lungs helps in that purpose. Like bilirubin and biliverdin, which is also are the two excretory materials which are excreted through the liver, will be transformed through feces. Okay, now here the main excretory organs, excretory system of human body is basically the kidney, which processes the excretory material, that is the urea. Okay, so everyone should have the NCERT book to study the different structure of our kidney. So let's study the kidney. So kidney is like a bean-shaped organ. It's having an outer covering there are two kidneys in our body. The right kidney is slightly lower in position than the left kidney, because in the abdomen there is a liver which is present, which having a in human we have two kidneys. The left kidney is slightly lower than the right kidney. Why? Because there is a liver above the kidney in the right side. That's why in the upper position already we have studied that our right lung is slightly upper, and also the right kidney is slightly lower to give the space of the liver. Okay, now in kidney we have a slightly depression which is known as hilum. Okay. The outer covering of the kidney is known as renal capsule. And above this renal capsule is a fibrous tissue which is known as renal fossa. Okay, in the inner part, kidney having two parts. One is outer cortex and the inner medulla. The inner medulla forms a medullary ridges. Which is known as renal pyramids. In between the renal pyramids, there is invagination of the cortex tissue, which is known as column of Bartin. Now, these renal tissues, the renal pyramids, so the invagination of the cortex in the renal medullary pyramid is known as the column of Bartin. The collection of the different collecting tubes are known as to be the duct of Bellini. The internal cavity in the pelvic region is known as the renal sinus. After collecting the urine from the different medullary pyramid tissue, which will join into form the major calyx. This major calyx joins to form the minor calyx. This minor calyx, the minor calyx. The minor calyx will join to form the major calyx. This major calyx when joins and enters into the hilum region of the kidney, forming the ureter. So there are two ureter from the two kidney, which entering into the urinary bladder. The urinary bladder is forming with the detrusor muscle. It is having a triangular structure in the joining of the two ureter opening and the urethral opening. This is known as triangle. In a urinary bladder, there are two sphincters. One is the internal sphincter, another is the external sphincter. Internal sphincter is forming with the unstratified muscles, and the external sphincter forming the stratified muscle. The micturition, that is the releasing of the urine, will be controlled by S2, 3, 4. That is the sacral spinal nerves 2, 3 and 4. There is a parasympathetic nervous system controlling the micturition of. Okay, so that's all for today. We will study the rest part of the excretory system of human, like the structure of nephron, the different molecular structure, as well as the formation of the urine in the next part of the video. Thanks all for today. Please like and subscribe my channel, and we will have another session in the next video. Thank you.